burial in this graveyard was in 1844. This is the Lieutenant Governor's house in Halifax. And obviously the Titanic sunk in the early 1900s. So off to another graveyard instead.
I'll do one here, then we're going to go to these two very important headstones here, these two families. I'll do this one here.
This was the grave of the violinist aboard the Titanic that played as it sank. And there are stones of an entire family that were lost. In the same cemetery as the Titanic victims are the mass grave of unidentified victims from the great explosion in Halifax Harbor when a cargo ship ran into a munition ship and blew up, wiping out a good portion of the city.
Welcome aboard.
Thank you very much. This Corvette is an example of what they used to protect the convoys going across the Atlantic in submarines, and they would depth charge the submarines or shoot at them if they're on the surface with their cannons. And Canada had a huge fleet, at one point the third largest during the war.
With a switch.
Wow.
The other part of the hedgehog, it's here, sorry. So this is the tip of the hedgehog. So this has a propeller system because
Entering the bridge of the Sackville. Oh, sorry, I'm busy shooting U-boats. It's as sophisticated as it got in World War II. Sonar system. This is the entertainment quarters, sleeping quarters, eating, all for the enlisted sailors. And even though we're in harbor, it's swinging already. Can you imagine what it'd be like in an Atlantic storm? Working part of the ship. Officers' cabins. Make that bigger. Two off the back, and they would sink down.
Right.
And then they would set at a set level that the depth that the sonar guy would say, you know, submarines down at whatever 50 meters, and it would go down and go blow up at that point.
Wow.
What's a cotter?
Yeah. Oh, look at it. Is that a cat?
Yeah, they would have a cat for the mice. Morning by heading over to the Maritime Museum, keeping our fingers crossed that it will be open on this beautiful sunny morning. The Naval Museum in Halifax has wartime information involved and historical photos of the dockyard during World War II. In the museum are artifacts from the Halifax explosion, including a watch set at the time of the explosion. And this is what the recreation of the one ship heading into the other ship, causing an explosion. The telegraph operator warned everybody to stay away just before the explosion. And that was the telegraph key and his wallet that was found blown away. Fragments of the ship were blown all over the place during the explosion. The second floor of the museum features information about the age of steam and the Titanic.
I think. That one was clean.
Before the Titanic was the SS Atlantic. It had the heaviest loss of life up to the Titanic disaster. Lights and other ship artifacts. Heading into the part of the museum that contains some artifacts from the Titanic. Some amazing artifacts that were recovered from the Titanic. This menu was found with Titanic bodies by the Halifax cable ship Minia. Shoes of the unidentified baby who eventually was identified as Sydney close to 100 years later. This is the gloves of the president of the Grand Trunk Railway recovered with his body. Our first Halifax harbor cruise aboard the ferry. A walking tour of the downtown commercial area of Dartmouth. It is Thanksgiving Day, so everything is quiet and closed. It still gives a sense of what it's like. Across the harbor, downtown Halifax and the cruise ships from Dartmouth side. All along the waterfront, little boutique shops that you can float in and out of and check out all the wares. If you're a tourist, the end of the Halifax harbor is the container port, and this beautiful park called Point Park with lookouts into the ocean. The seaweed. Checking out the rough shoreline and heading back to look at the War Memorial. And there's a Prince of Wales Tower, which would have been the highest fortification on this peninsula. And then we're going to walk back and check out the other battery. Love walking around, as there are many beautiful murals here in the town. Walking up to another couple ahead. The old burying ground is just in front of the Catholic Basilica. Beautiful building. We're walking back into the downtown core. We are heading to the Naval Museum of Halifax, which is located on base here at HMCS Stadacona. some artifacts from Canada's first naval ship. For the final morning in Nova Scotia, it seems fitting to get down and have another